Guys, welcome to this TMO video where I'll be showing you the ultimate wildcard draft and the ultimate squad that you should try to work towards in these coming weeks. Now you have 0.4 million left over. There's another one little switch which doesn't really matter at the moment, which you could have 0.6 million left over. But let's get straight into it. I'll show you that at the very end. First keeper is the Man City keeper Ederson. Now, I really like Ederson because it's a near guaranteed clean sheet that he has, depending on his fixture. Maybe if he's versing like Arsenal or Man United, it probably won't be guaranteed. But if he's versing like one of the lower clubs, it's almost guaranteed. And this next player is Areola, who's 4.1 million. He's gone up 0.1 million, but he's looking really good, and he's a budget keeper who is also showing a lot of promise. Now, getting into this defense, I actually really love this defense. Now, we'll get the first two over and done with. We have Estupinian. I really like Estupinian, even when his fixtures get a little harder, as they do in a couple weeks' time. You can just swap some of these other guys, because in this squad, you have so much bench depth that you can always swap around, and you won't even have to make another transfer for a few weeks until players start getting injured or something like that. Next, we have Chilwell. Now, Chilwell and Estupinian have both gone up 0.3 million, and I think both these guys are vital and are must-haves in your defense. Okay, let's get into these other three guys. This is where it gets awesome. Now, this first guy is a Man City defender, Gvardiol. So, practically, he has Fulham, and then he has a nice run of fixtures after that Fulham game, and including that Fulham game, he's the most nailed-on defender, as well as Ruben Diaz. Those two are the most nailed-on defenders. You could go for Ruben Diaz. He's just a little more expensive at 5.5 million. And Gvardiol is practically just as good, really. And you can almost guarantee him to play every game. Even when they do verse, just say a Arsenal or a Man United or maybe even Chelsea, you can always put him on your bench, because this next guy we have Udogie. Udogie is looking really good. He's a young superstar on this Tottenham team who we've seen get attacking returns already this season. He's playing really high up on the left side of the pitch. It's 4.6 million, and you can always swap these four around. This final defender is a really good budget defender who's in top form at the moment. And when Reece James comes back, you can always just keep him on your bench, and that is Malo Gusto. If you get him now, he's only 4.1 million. And he can stay on your bench and even when Reece James comes back. And then you have these other four guys to just swap around and rotate. And while Reece James is out, Gusto is one of the top picks you can get for defenders at the moment. Getting into this midfield, now I have two must-haves in this squad. That is Bukayo Saka, Bruno Fernandes. You might think, Bruno Fernandes has only really had one good game, but his underlying stats have been really good, and he's such a creative playmaker that I would expect him to start performing. He's been very underperforming. I would expect him to start performing better throughout these next few games. So that's why I have these guys. Saka, you probably know why Saka and Fernandes are both on penalty duties. Saka has been a bit confusing at the moment with Odegaard taking that penalty, but I think he's safe at the moment with penalties in this squad. This next player is Maddison. Now, you can always switch up the formation here. Anyway, the reason I like Maddison so much is because he's so central in this Spurs attack. All the players are getting played through him. And I think he is a must-have at the moment. These three are very much must-haves. Now, this next player, his fixture is looking really nice. That's the only real reason why I'd have him. You can always switch him out, but it's Ward-Prowse. He's versing Luton. I expect him to get minimum 2 attacking returns in this game. This West Ham squad is looking so good at the moment and in top form. They've just beaten Brighton and Chelsea 3-1. So I would expect them to thrash Luton. As we've seen Chelsea, who West Ham destroyed, beat Luton 3-0. So I would expect a lot of goals in that game and a lot of attacking returns for Ward-Prowse, who's got an attacking return in every game so far that he's played for West Ham. And he's gotten 3 attacking returns in those 2 games. So I definitely wouldn't be missing out on him for this next fixture. Now, this last midfielder is Mbeumo. He has 2 really nice fixtures before they start to get a little harder. But I think he's very vital for these next 2 fixtures. Obviously, you could go for someone like Matoma. It's just up to what you like. Matoma has he has harder fixtures at the moment, but later on they start to get easier. Now, getting into this forward line, we have Haaland. At the moment, I'm really disappointed in Haaland. I've been captaining him every week, and he's done really bad for me in these last 2 weeks. But I know he's done bad for everyone else who's captained him, so I'm not too worried. But I really want to see in these next maybe around week 8 if I can maybe make a squad that doesn't have him in it, and maybe because it is looking like he may not be as vital as we all thought. Getting into the other attacker, and that is Nicholas Jackson. Now, Jackson's gone up 0.1. He has had a price rise, and he looked really good in that Luton game. Obviously, he's not finishing his chances, but the most important thing is he's getting those chances. And he's still settling into Premier League. He's played La Liga, and he's still young, so he hasn't had that expertise in Premier League yet. But he's settling in still, as I said, so we can expect a lot more for him. And he has nice fixtures for the next 5 fixtures, so that's really good. Definitely keep him up. This next player, now this is the player that you can swap, and it may change your dynamic. For this one, I'll show you the next one after, but we're going to go for Wissa. Yeah, 0.4 left in the bank. Wissa is looking really good. And I would definitely have him in your squad for these next few match weeks until the fixture swing happens. As you can see here, this squad has a 99 out of 100 rating. I'll just quickly show you the other change that I have in here. Alright, so this is the other player that I was talking about that will give you a 6 million budget. So maybe you can change Ward-Prowse afterwards to someone else. So, looking at this next player is Antonio. Now, Antonio has a really good fixture against Luton, as West Ham are going to probably destroy Luton. So, for this fixture, I wouldn't be missing out on him, and I'd probably play him over Jackson, or I do a 3-4-3 formation. So, let's see what rating this team gets. See, now this one isn't as good just because in long term, Wissa is the guy to go to. But short term, I think Antonio would probably be the guy to go for. Make sure to like and subscribe. Smash that notification button if you enjoyed this video. Check out some of my other latest videos, and I'm out.